Rising up, back on the screen. Did his time, took his chances. Went the distance, now he's running the scene. Just a man with the will to survive. Been around, yeah, he travels fast. Speaks his mind, never dances. If he don't like you, that's your past. Hit the button and it goes bam, goodbye. Panels lit, chats on fire. Say it wrong, you're playing with wire. Type it clean, better keep it tight. All caps rule or you're gone tonight. It's the eye of the tyrant, it's the thrill of the chat. Rising up to the challenge of the rival. And the last mob surviving keeps his finger on that. And is watching us all with the eye of the tyrant. Face to face in the common heat, hanging tough, staying ready. Friends are all but friendly to none. When the line gets crossed, it's done. He don't bend and he don't pretend. What he says, yeah, he meant it. If it smashes you out, that's the end. That's your problem, not his. Get sent. Eyes locked in, always aware. One wrong move, yeah, you feel that stare. Talk out loud, you might get yelled. Run the chat and ring the bell. It's the eye of the tyrant. It's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of the rival. And the last known watcher keeps it tight through the night. And he's watching us all with the eye of the tyrant. Rising up straight to the top. Had the guts, got the glory. Went the distance, now he won't stop. Just a man with a will to survive. Every panel, every place, button ready, no delay. One clear rule, keep it straight. Or your booty, that's the way. It's the eye of the tyrant. It's the thrill of the fight. Oh, rising up to the challenge of the rival. Oh, and the last one standing keeps the order inside. And he's watching us all with the eye of the tyrant. 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 If you know, you know.
Hey kids, what's going on? I was ordered to go live. What's everybody up to? Everybody all talked out about Todd today? Looking for something else to talk about? I got nothing. How about you guys? How do you moderate a loop or one-man band? Do you sit there and go, you need more drum? Or say, oh, maybe not. I was going to say Todd is over there watching Todd again, but I guess not. Where is he? Yes, he is. Done. Get the hell off of there. Let me find my Joe, buy your mother something nice for today. Take her out for dinner. Take her to a spa. Get her a massage. A nice male hooker. Can't find a good male hooker. I'm cheap. Ask anybody. I'm a motherfucker from way back. It is. In that. Ah, did you post it, Phil? Your new song? Here's a Phil short that I liked. Sure.
All right, let's get this Cadillac converter installed. Just got to line it up with the exhaust here. Now, tighten these clamps down good and tight. There we go. Cadillac converter's on. To activate the Cadillac converter, we just push this button in. Looks like it functions perfectly. Thanks for watching. All right, let's get this Cadillac converter installed. Just got to line it.
When I first saw it, I didn't look close. And I thought Kerry had posted that, and I was complimenting him on it. And I thought, oh, that's not Kerry, damn it. It was only Phil. And Phil always does good stuff. If you want to either come up here or link me that video on Discord, Phil, I'll show it. That's true. You could just link it in YouTube. Unless you don't want people to see your other channel. I don't know how many times I saw at least most of that Todd and Finkel stream from last night, between watching a lot of it live and then looking for a clip of it today for my own purposes, and then seeing it again on Stone Vet. It's like, yeah, I've had enough of that one. It's marked private. So you have it marked private, and then you're gonna have it go public on Mother's Day. There goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood. What up, Muckster? Oh man, I had to scramble my brain because seeing the way my Lakers lost today, man. Oh god, I feel like I'm gonna puke. How's everybody doing?
Hold on, we're gonna watch a video.
Cool.
Yeah. Mama used to say, watch who you trust. A true friend is always a must.
Ooh.
Shake my head, said I'll be fine. Thought I knew it all at 29. She'd say, darling, don't burn them bridges down. Small towns talk, it gets around. I laughed it off, slammed that door like they were words and nothing more. She was talking truth I didn't want to hear. Now it's all I hear ringing in my ears. Mama was right, I hear it now. Every little word I tuned out loud. Every hard road, every stupid fight led me back to her voice. Every late night she tried to warn me, I wouldn't listen. Now I'm living everything I was missing. Took some wrongs before I found my side. I see it now, Mama was right. She said money don't make the man. Love's worth more than what you plan. I chased a chick, let him walk away. Learn that truth on a lonely day. She said, darling, don't stay out too late. Bad decisions don't ever wait. Learn that one about 2 a.m. Blue lights flashing in my rear view then. Every lesson I didn't have to learn alone turned into the truth I should've known. Mama was right, I hear it now. Every little word I tuned out loud. Every hard road, every stupid fight led me back to her voice. Every late night she tried to warn me, I wouldn't listen. Now I'm living everything I was missing. Took some wrongs before I found my side. I see now, Mama was right. Oh, Mama was right. Now it's her voice when I'm crossing that line. Wish I'd listened when it was free. Would've saved a whole lot of hurting me. Funny how the truth don't change with time. Just hits harder on the other side. Mama was right, yeah, I know it now. Every little word I'm holding now. Every long night, every hard goodbye brought me back to what she said my whole life. Now I say it out loud, I don't fight it. Every bit of truth, I stand behind it. Took some wrongs before I found my side. I see it now, Mama was right. Yeah, thank God she never quit trying. Even when I kept denying, all them years I thought I was wise. Turns out, Mama was right. Yeah.
I like
Wow. There was like nothing funny about that song.
Would it be funny?
I don't know. I thought this was gonna be like a jokey joke, type of song or whatever. Like you guys don't really do jokey jokes, but that was like a song.
It was for Mother's Day.
Ah, I see. I
Here, I'll
see.
show you my Mother's Day song.
All right.
It's not as good.
The screen door slapped against the wood frame, slapped against the wood frame. You were wiping flour off a faded cloth apron. The lima beans were steaming in the chipped ceramic bowl. You said you'd already eaten while you stood by the sink, watching us pass the bread across the linoleum. There was a small dent in the buttered dish. A quiet lie told to keep our bellies full. You just took a sip of water and smiled at the noise. Is a heavy kind of grace you carry, a strength that doesn't need a shout to be heard. The way you hold the world together with your hands, steady as the morning light on the porch. Steady as light, a love that gives until the well runs dry and then finds a way to dig a little deeper. She had a way of looking over her glasses that told you exactly where the line was drawn, but her laughter was a sudden bird in the rafters, sharp and bright enough to clear the kitchen air. You taught us how to stand up straight without ever raising your voice above a soft song, correcting our course with a gentle tug on a joke that landed when the tug on a sleeve, and a joke that landed just when the tears started. Is a heavy kind of grace you carry, strength that doesn't need a shout to be heard. The way you hold the world together with your hands, a love that gives until the well runs dry and then finds a way to dig a little deeper. Now I am counting the miles and the years, understanding the weight of the laundry basket, the invisible math of a household budget, the way you tucked your own hunger into a pocket just to see us grow tall and strong. Is a heavy kind of grace you carry, a strength that doesn't need a shout to be heard. The way you hold the world together with your hands, steady as the morning light on the porch. Steady as light, a love heart that gives until the well runs dry and then finds a way to dig a little deeper. Plate was empty, but the house was full. Good night.
It's hard to see how I'm trying to go a little near. Because you get them on the edges, they don't seal. Gotta push them down in there.
And also, what I do, I use my palms and then
There you go.
oh, I still have that.
Okay, who else has a Mother's Day song?
Oh man, that was sweet, man. Got a little tear in my eye and everything, dude. That's good shit.
Well,
Yeah.
if you think you got a tear in your eye, got a tear in your eye, wait till my niece sees it, because one of the mothers featured in there was my mother and the other one was her mother.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, man. This is what sucks about your my mom being a Jehovah's Witness, man. It really sucks. Like things like this, I don't get to do for her.
What's up, Kiwi? No one cares.
No, I know. I never. The fucking that wasn't like a. Don't feel sorry for me and shit. My mom's used to it. I'm kind of used to it.
I was saying no one cares to Kiwi. When I said what's up, Kiwi, no one cares.
Oh, all right. Kind of used to that.
Is it on that same channel, Phil? Go ahead and keep talking. No, I'm serious.
Man.
Talk. I'll go look for Phil's other song.
All right. Yeah, man. As a Jehovah's Witness, well, as my mom being a Jehovah's, because I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, fucking no way. It's just you can't do those kinds of things. I mean, I try in my own way to try to like show her appreciation, you know, without it being special, you know, like. I mean, it's something that you gotta, you know, like figure out when one of your family members is a Jehovah's Witness. Is like you gotta figure out how to make things like, oh look, I'm doing this, and not in a special way for you, but you know, because I just wanted to today, and I wanted to be nice to you. But this is not because you're I'm appreciating you more than God. No way. Oh man, this was
Jehovah's. I knew they didn't do Christmas. I didn't know they didn't do other stuff.
Anything, man. They don't. It's like anything that puts something before God, they don't do. So I didn't celebrate birthdays. If sometimes I'm like numb to like holidays and stuff like that, it's because of that. Now I should be more I mean I should be able to like I should have been able to like break away from that. You know, it's only like half my life, but for whatever reason, like I still sometimes, if I don't have enough people willing to do holidays and stuff like that, or remember my birthday, it just passes by.
There was a guy who used to come in the library who was a Jehovah's Witness, but his son wasn't. And I remember him saying that his son and daughter-in-law wanted to give him Christmas presents. And he said, so I went ahead and accepted the presents to be polite, but I didn't give to them because I don't believe in that. And I thought, yeah, that sounds a little, you know, it's like, yeah, go ahead and give me stuff, but I'm going to tell you my religion says I can't buy anything for you. It's like, how hard would it be for them to say to them, look, I appreciate the thought, but I don't believe in it. Please don't buy me anything.
Yeah, that
Anyway.
my mom. That was my mom. My mom, like, whenever people wanted to like be like, oh, you know, we wanted to give your kids some gifts, you know, like she'd be like, nope, no, don't do that because it's Christmas. come back in January and don't come, don't have it wrapped up or nothing. That's if you're hell bent on giving my kids gifts. And she's like, and most of the time she'd be like, and I'd appreciate it if it was something practical, like some socks or like underwear. But yeah, she would have taken anything for herself.
Here's Phil's other song. This might appeal to you better. This looks more like your mom.
White on white, the pattern hugs the wall. No more echoes bouncing down the hall. Buckle up the canvas, pull the sleeves so tight. I'm dancing with my shadow in the flickering light. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Open up for candy, swallow down the blue. Now the room is spinning around me too. Feel the heavy liquid drifting through my veins. A chemical eraser for the mental stains. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Won't you take me to crazy town? 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 Crazy town. Sharp sting of the silver, cold against the skin. Let the slow motion holiday begin. The floor of cold towels stay still as the ceiling spins. I'm losing where I end and where the walls begin. Let's talk about it. Strap them down, turn them round from the back, drugged and bound. Am I the only one ready for the fun? Won't you take me to crazy town? 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 Check out time. Now I'm here at crazy town. I'm home now at crazy town. I'm never coming
Wow. Was that is that that Phil's? Is that just Phil's?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Wow, that was it gave me like kind of like I want to say 2014, you know, like 2014 vibes, you know. I think as far as like, you know, like dance music is concerned, and then the, you know, like EDM and that kind of stuff, that perfect. Like that is a perfect EDM song. It would have fit really well in that 2014 2016 era, you know. I don't know how much people, you know, like put those songs right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure they still do, you know, like, but wow, Phil, that one's that one actually I could see like in a, you know, like top 40 or something, dude. That was really good.
When I first started, I thought she looked like Deborah Harry.
Yeah, is there a muse you use for that for the girl, or is that like, you know, you just been tinkering with AI like that.
You can do it both ways. You can either like tell the AI, hey, give me somebody who looks like this, or you can upload a photo and say, use this person.
Or you have like tutorials there or something, Bill? I mean, I dude, I mean, I don't know how much talent you got to have to do something like that, but I will say that to me is a very good production, very good. And to be honest, if we don't start off, like knowing that that's a AI generated song, that's a goddamn, like you could tell me that's some artist I haven't heard from. That was I mean, I have traversed, like many like AI slop content, channels around here, that and they really exhausted me. But there are some, like, Phil really puts in work. I don't know. I don't know if it requires a lot or not, but yeah, I mean, dude, that was really cool. That was really cool. I liked it.
Well, it's the more you put into it, the better it is. Phil
Mm,
and Ariel are both a lot more particular than me. I tend to slap stuff together and be like good enough. Um, it's like it starts off first of all with your imagination. You know,
mm, mm-hmm.
you come up with the idea and that, and then from there, the more you put into the AI, the better it is.
I see. Oh, well, I've dabbled a little bit with AI stuff, but mostly just like I haven't done any like videos and stuff like that. I've just been dabbling with like scenery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um yeah, because yeah, just stuff that I've been messing around with. Um mostly for aesthetics, but not nothing like video and stuff like that. I don't know. I thought that would be more like, it would be so so many moving parts, but maybe it's easier than that, right?
Well, the more you play around with it, the better you get at it. You go back, the first stuff that I did was mostly, I'd throw a song together and then it would just be like maybe a static picture behind it, or I'd go and get a stock video off of YouTube of like a river going by or something, and just put that on. And
Mm.
now I've started doing stuff where I actually try to, um, you know, have a video that goes with the music.
Mm. But yeah, that was. I mean, yeah, of course there was a little bit of, like you could tell some of the timing was off a little bit, but that was great, man. That was really good. Uh, the first video, I almost cracked up because I think Phil forgot to put pants on the girl in the beginning, but but like I guess that was supposed to be like a dress issue. I don't know, but it was still like decent, but it was kind of funny. I was all like, whoa. Oh, that'd be great, man. I'd love to do that with you, bro. I actually uh I've set up StreamYards. I'm on the 24-hour clock to get started up again. Um and yeah, so my I'm gonna start opening up my channel, see if we can get going again.
I'm looking for something here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was hang on, I gotta I'm having a little trouble with upload. I gotta send to somebody. Give me 1 second, yeah?
Okay, I've got you on the clock.
All right, cool. Yeesh. I hate sometimes I hate that I like sometimes you have to break up files to send them to other people. I hate that stuff, man. It's like just send it. Yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, that'd be cool, Dr. Phil. Yeah, man. Like hopefully I get some time to like start dabbling in some stuff, start doing some of my own creative stuff. Um, I'm finally gonna get some time. Boy.
Are you going to do time, huh? I figured they'd catch up with you.
No, well, I've like like I had to take on a bunch of like little things here and there. Like people gave me responsibilities. Like so they could see that I could do certain things. And now that they trust me, they've given me a couple more projects that I can kind of space out. I don't have to like be so hard pressed to finish. But that's the process. People got to trust you. Like they got to know that you're willing to do the work. So that's why I didn't have time, because it was like now like I need you to have this on at at this time like. And I think really it was just a test, but I think I passed. And it felt that that part feels good, because like I said, leaving me to my own devices is a little bit better for me. I like working like that. I don't like being micromanaged, but I get it. I get why somebody would at the start. Like you gotta see if someone's serious.
Yeah, I never like working anywhere where somebody's constantly looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, but I get it. These guys. I mean, it's not like it's not like little channels. These guys, they don't mess around. They got to stay on the schedule and consistent uploading and all that stuff. I'm just hoping I have enough capacity. I'm probably gonna have to get an external hard drive. Casual chaos.
That's the one that I just linked there.
Okay.
You go to there.
Casual.
That's
That sounds so.
music.
That doesn't that sound like what do they call it? Is that an oxymoron? Casual chaos? Is that an oxymoron? No, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's also alliterative if you want to throw more English words out there.
Yeah. More English words. I don't normally do this because like I'm literally like I'm trying to get better in the way that I speak and everything, but I really want to beef up my vocabulary just so I could throw it at Todd's face. Like here's this Mexican, like second language is English, and he still like understands it and speaks the language better than him.
Half the time, Todd uses the words wrong or mispronounces them. He tries to sound more intelligent than he is.
Yeah, he really leans on that fake it till you make it. I'm gonna be if I act like I'm confident in what I'm saying, then people are gonna think that I'm that I'm actually saying the right thing. And it's like, no, dude.
You notice too, once he grabs onto a word, he'll use it over and over again.
Oh yeah. And really it's to his detriment that he does that, because that's how he tells on himself. I remember me and MST pulled a trick on Kaiser way back when we were doing our live streams and stuff like that. he would say things like that he didn't care, like about my channel. He didn't care about the things we were saying or whatever. And so me and MST came up with this idea that we would say like something that sounded like it was like a little like popular like saying or whatever, like just throw something
Yeah.
out there. And we ended up making him say it. I thought that was hilarious, but it made me understand something about that kind of psyche, like people who are imitating stuff, you know what I mean, who are copies of people, uh when you're always, like just trying to, like, look like something that you're not, you continuously, like, find little things to copy, and you can't help it. It's just you're in that mode. So that's how he's looking at other people's channels when he picks up little, like, little things that people say, I know sometimes he trolls people by saying their sayings, but I can tell when it's coming out because he's been fixated or watching somebody's channel for a long time, because it's like, in one way you could tell when it's a mocking way, and then another way you could tell it's like, oh, that came out because you've been watching like SV's channel a little too much.
Here's another AI thing I like to play around with.
Speaking out of turn, but I think Jerry is creepy.
Huh? Can you make him say more shit?
Speaking out of turn, but I think Jerry is creepy.
I think that fucking AI think was creepy. Holy shit. Hey man, by the way, let me thank you, man. I was in and out of the chat, so I saw you, like correct SV about all that stuff, man. And yeah, man, thanks, man. Thanks for saying that, bro. Because like it I when it comes to all that shit, like I would say it, like I would just fucking throw it out there, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's like fucking like, dude, I said it, like I don't like fucking,
if it comes from you,
yeah,
then people say it's, oh, he's denying it does. It's
exactly.
If somebody else says it, then people are more likely to pay some attention. And I mean, it's like SB said, and I said the same thing. I mean, you still were stupid, just not as stupid as people gave you credit for.
Hey, right. Right.
Well, but you had no, at the time, you had no reason. I think a lot of people didn't know what that little bitch was like at the beginning.
Well, and you know what, dude? And look, I'll say this, and the truth about everything is that, like, I gave her a lot of control in a lot of things that I was doing, simply because I was at the tail end of a 13-year relationship. I was like fucking, like, dude, like I was getting used to, like, waking up alone, and like getting used to my being single and stuff like that. Now I wasn't like having good, like, dates and stuff like that at the time, because a lot of the people that I was going out with were people who kind of knew the situation that I was in, and I think it was just like pity dates. You know what I mean? And that really sucks, because it's like I'm really trying to, like, get over my situation. It's like, oh yeah, like, oh, poor Jerry, like, I'll go out with them so he feels like, like, whatever. It's like, I don't want this fucking pity shit, And so she like, she made me feel like, like, oh, here's somebody who is actually interested, you know what I mean? And even I didn't think it was gonna be anything serious, but I really just wanted that, like, that feeling again, like basically I was trying to get my confidence back up and shit, and yeah, that's all that was. Like I was just trying to fucking like, you know, getting the fucking, like, you know, get out there and fucking, like start, like, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The hardest thing about all of that, and especially when it came, like, is that like, I is I could have done the same. Like I could have done the same. I could have, like put people's pictures out there and stuff like that, but I was like, you know what? I said I wouldn't. I said that, you know, things were safe with me because I promised I wouldn't, and I didn't. And so like I don't give a fuck if like if people can look at me stupid for doing it, but at least I know that I kept my word and shit. Thanks, Mr.
Jerry's
Carey.
you're an asshole. Yeah,
Right.
you always have to sort of read between the lines with Carrie.
What do you mean?
He says he's proud of you, but what he really means is, Jerry, you're an idiot.
Well, to my to one and only two subs, I'm only gonna believe him for right now. I you know he like like I'm starting to like find a way to like give people a moment to show me what they are first before I get into any kind of like back and forth with people. So that Jerry that you saw on that panel, that's about as nice as it's gonna get with GS. I still haven't forgotten that he cut me off his channel. That's why I'll never meet him on his stage. But believe you me, if he ever decides to come to a neutral stage, where like Muckster has the controls or somebody else, it's I'm not gonna be so kind. Like I that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. Like and if he wants to find out how how mean I could be, he could come on whenever he wants. Because I do have a lot to say to him. I just like I said, I'm not gonna like meet him on his grounds anymore because I know that I know that he's gonna be quick to rage quit,
Yeah. Or what he'd do if you're in his is he'll kick you out and then claim that you've rage quit. I've seen him do it.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's
Or one time in here, well, actually, I think it was probably over in Finkel's, but he rage quit and then he was in chat and claimed I kicked him.
Yeah, I know. They basically everybody like who knows YouTube and getting into it. You want to control the narrative in any like discussion or debate or anything like that. So the quicker you're out to like to throw it out there is like you feel like you're gonna control what people think about what happened, but yeah, it never works like that. It's like people aren't dumb, and that's the problem with most of these, like doofus crest idiots is that they have this idea that they think they're smarter than everybody else, and
Yeah.
and that's where that's where they mess up. That's where no matter like what they think they're doing, it's like everybody can see what you're doing. Everybody can see what you're doing.
Well, he would never actually do it, but if you did um, convince him to meet you here, you could do it. But I would just sit backstage because I don't want to deal with him anymore.
Oh, like I said, I'm not. That's like I said, and exactly what Phil was saying. I was there to talk to Finkel. I was there to talk to Finkel,
Yeah.
and it's not my channel. I wasn't gonna tell Finkel, hey man, I didn't come here to talk to him. Like throw him off or like keep him off or whatever. Like if Finkel wanted to have him there, Finkel could have him there. I was just keeping myself, like at an even keel because I'm all like, you know what, everything that this guy's saying means nothing to me. Like I don't care, like he's trying to throw some philosophy to me or whatever, like trying to make me like understand whatever the hell, like, and I told him, dude, like I'm really not engaging with the things that you're saying, but I guess I got no choice because Finkel was not going to speak up and say "shut up, GS" while I'm talking to him or something. And it's like, you know what, fine, dude. Like I'll engage a little bit, but I wasn't going to entertain none of that bullshit because like, oh, do you care if people lie to you or and all that victimhood shit? It's like, get out of here, dude. Like I don't like I don't see you as some sort of victim. All you do is backstab people's. Like I said in SB's chat, I was on like, GS doesn't, he cannot, like understand that people don't like him because he betrays people. He literally betrays people, and it's like, dude, nobody does it. You do it. You're the one that does that. Your own paranoia, whatever the fuck happens to you, whatever you're thinking about, you allow your head to go there and you basically destroy relationships or whatever. I mean, I don't even know what to call him because like to me it seems like he does everything on transactions. He's a transactional type of person. What can you do for GS? Can you do something for me? If you can, then let's do business, right? That's the way he sees things. And and I don't like I literally am not good with people like that because I can't deal with that kind of shit. It's like oh, if you're gonna be counting everything that we do for each other and stuff like that, then like, hey man, like just pull out the price tags and we'll see if it's worth it. But I ain't gonna, like that's not how I deal with people, So like, I know he's fake, Finkel showed me that he's fake, and that really hurt me. That's why I think I was a little distraught yesterday because I was all like, man, I can't believe this dude's like really like being fake about shit,
I think GS had to go in there and throw a wrench in things because he was afraid that you and Finkel were going to start getting along, and he doesn't want to share his toys.
No, and it's fine because like I kind of I was hoping that Finkel would kind of like meet me too, like halfway and be like, hey GS, you know what? Like this is not about JJ. This is not about like none of that other shit. Like this is between me and Jerry. But I would have had more respect if he would have taken control like that. I was kind of waiting for him to do that, but since he didn't, like to me, it's like, all right, well, he can't say that I didn't come in there, like, I didn't come in there saying fuck you, Finkel, you know what I mean? I didn't come in there saying like, like, hey dude, you're fucking crazy. Like what's I came in respectfully, wanted to see what was going on with them. I told him I had concerns for him or whatever. If he doesn't care, if he thinks that it's all trolling or whatever, well then cool, whatever. And if like he doesn't care if fucking GS takes over his channel because they're such good buddies or whatever, well then cool, man. Like keep your friend. It's all good with me, I'm not, I don't lose nothing. I wasn't asking him for anything. I was just trying to return type of friendship that I felt that he gave to me when, you know, people were kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, turning on me. But I can also tell it's not the same situation either. You know, like we're not. It's not the same kind of. It's not the same, you know, ball of wax. Because in my situation, you know, I'm willing to take responsibility for the things that I did wrong, and I also don't feel like, you know, like in that nonsense that, you know, people were out of line completely. You know what I mean? Um, it he doesn't see that there's anything wrong with what he's doing, and he thinks that the way he's going about it is like I don't know, fucking some new approach to fucking I don't know. It's just wrong all the way, and he refuses to humble himself, and I'm good, you know. I did what I think a good friend would do is, you know, like go see what's going on. If he doesn't care for my friendship, it's all good. It's all good with me. What? That's crazy. Yeah, man. Dude, I mean that's that's disrespect, man. I mean, in my book, you know, like I don't know, man. I just know that like there are some people, you know, like there's some people like GMK, um, like MST, like you know, a couple other people like Carte Blanche and stuff like that. That, you know, that through thick and thin, you know, like they never they didn't yield, they didn't go with the crowd or whatever. You know, like they didn't, like, you know, they knew who I was, and so like even when it wasn't popular or whatever, they were still there. So like that kind of stuff, those things, like I really, you know, like it sticks with me and stuff like that. So like um those are the people that like that really move me. Not when you act like Finko is and shit like that. I'll I have a second, and like I'll mourn what I thought you were, but it's gonna wash away soon, because it's like, you know, the fuck, dude. You know, like, you know, like everything you're saying is wrong, and you know it, and it's like nobody like SB was saying, nobody's like seriously like fucking like that angry with you. We just don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. But hey, if you want to be that, you know what you're doing, because you made fun of Kaiser. You made fun of JJ when it was popular. So you know what you're doing. So, you know, like, you want to be that, you want that attention. Well, fine, it's gonna be given to you. But you know, I think as a person who likes to who likes to, you know, like be apathetic, you know, I think I did my part.
Well, here's what I sent out today for Finkel. I think I caught it in about the right place. Finkel, you want to have a conversation? Let's do it. But we do it here. We do it without Todd. He can snipe from chat if he wants to. But I won't have him up here interfering, because he just tries to take over. And he thinks he's some kind of a genius with wordplay, when it's so obvious that all he does is deflect. What do you say, dude? Let me know. Hello, Alan. Hello, lurkers. We'll see you all around.
This is
Yeah, I don't think he wants it, man. Honestly, I think that he has adopted uh GS's victimhood, and he's okay with it because it validates the fucking shit that he's doing. I'm
Yeah, but this way he can't put it all on us.
right,
You know.
which I think is bullshit because I think there's enough people here who've showed that, you know, I think we've shown enough that we're good faith. You know, we're not just out here to fucking bash people and shit. That contrary to what fucking Todd would say, we're not trying to fucking just shame people or to fucking like trying to submit because we think that they're the locale of the evening. That's not how that works and shit. You make yourself the locale. You put yourself out there. Then we're gonna laugh at you. That's just the way it is. That's we didn't ask you to play that role. You decided to do it. Um, we didn't fucking come up with Hitman Janitor. Fucking GS did. and so Finkel is going down that path. And I mean, I like up until yesterday, I was hoping that it wasn't really like that. That maybe that maybe if without all the like pettiness or whatever, he might look into himself and be like, you know what, yeah, maybe I'm being stupid. But nah, it's maybe that's who he's always been. I don't know, but yeah, man, that's what I came to that was my conclusion. That's what I came to yesterday because that's kind of how I operate. I'll do my own, like, figuring things out, and then once I come up with my way of how I feel, then that's kind of how I'll just toe that line until I'm proved differently.
And hello, GMK. Anybody else I might have missed along the way?
Well, I'm sad that none of the ladies are there. No Cart, no Laura. I was having fun with Laura in the chat today. Oh, of course,
Cart's
yeah,
probably
nah.
Cart's probably out working with the cattle or something. The afternoon for her.
Hey, and you know what, Mr. Carey, I'm gonna tell you something, man. So something that I've said, and this is, and you can go to my channel. You can go as far back as to when I started with Kaiser. One thing that I've always said for me, when it comes to the people that I appreciate the most, to me, it's always been consistency. It's consistency in who they are, and one of the first things that I noticed about Muckster is that he he always was always, like, even when he was a prickly fucking, like, he was the same, and he always was the same, fair. And so, like, even when he snapped on me and stuff like that, I never took it personal, because I'm like, it's not like I'm special to that snap. He'll snap on anybody that he gets annoyed with. And so that's what I appreciate from people. I mean, I can like, I can understand people's foibles here and there. We all got our little, like, our little things, and I can look past certain things because we're not all perfect or whatever. But consistency to me is always been the benchmark of the people that I want to keep around. And so, yeah, man, like, like, I think Muckster's that. I think people like MST is that. I think GMK is that. Carte Blanche is that. Even, believe it or not, even Coded Friends I respect him for being who he is. Even he might annoy you. You might not like all the takes that he has to offer, but he has consistently been who he is, and so I respect that. You know, that to me means a lot.
Well, you know the old saying, be yourself, everybody else is taken.
I I don't think Conan is a. I mean he's one of his he's one he's somebody who I like to call uh he's one of those people that that will, like, you don't mind him being on your side, because when it's time to, like, when it's time to get down, he'll get down with you, you know. And I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe I might be wrong in this or whatever, but um I get a bit of street, like street type of, like, respect that comes from his. I don't know what it is, like there's something that resonates there. I can't put my finger on it, because I've never really had that kind of conversation with him about, like, his past or anything like that. But there is something about the way he talks about certain things that makes me feel like he understands a lot of the stuff that I've come up from, and so in
Yeah.
that way I kind of, like, I you know I kind of meet him in that area. But uh yeah, I don't know, like, I don't think he has, like, real, like bad feelings, like where he thinks nasty shit. But I do think that if you push him, and if you try to corner him, he can get, like, real, like, he will take low blows and try to get you, like, he knows how to he knows how to get down in the dirt, um
You
and
want to
that's
know what I think? You know what I want? You want to know what I think of Coded Friend? I think he's a self-important, Bible-thumping
well,
asshole
that
who
part.
thinks he's smarter. Let me finish.
Go ahead, I'm sorry,
I wasn't fucking done.
I know,
Jesus Christ, Jerry, you'll talk for 10 minutes at a time and then still
I
interrupt
know.
somebody else.
I'm sorry.
He thinks he's smarter than he really is. He's judgmental. He thinks he understands people when he doesn't. He'll say stuff about people that he believes is true about them when he doesn't know them. He'll judge somebody, just like that argument I had with him that night when he talked about Finkel being fired and couldn't afford his rent anymore. And I told him Finkel wasn't a renter, and he wouldn't believe it. And he'll say that somebody is whatever. Oh, you know, you're mad. No, I'm not mad. He thinks he knows people and he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So I don't care if he is true to himself. He's still an asshole who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And I don't care if he was in the stock market or not in the stock market. A lot of people think he's lying about that. I just don't like the type of person he is. And I still remember when he said that bullshit about Shiz, his baby. When you
Mm,
talk about a dead baby, you are a piece of shit, and then you call yourself a fucking Christian.
mm.
That's what I think of Coded.
Yeah. Can't say I disagree with with most of those takes. um I bad for interrupting.
I, I've tried to watch him, and geez, you watch him for 3 minutes, and next thing you know, for no good reason, you're in a fucking Bible study. I don't need people preaching at me like they think they know the truth. It might be your truth, but it doesn't mean you're the only one that knows the fucking truth. There's uh, 20 billion people in this world. What makes you think you're smarter than the Hindus or the Buddhists or the Muslims or whatever else? The only reason you believe what you believe is because where you were born and who your parents were most of the time. There. That's what I fucking think.
I guess I tend to I tend to like I forget about that part because like I tend to like just like shut it out. I'm used to just shutting it out. And when his stuff does get, like, about that, like about the Bible, and he starts getting preachy, I just shut it down. But it's because I'm used to it. I have so many, so many other friends that are kind of like not like him, like, like so, you know, like that about it. But yeah, I have other, like friends that'll be like that. They'll decide to like preach to me and stuff like that, and I'm just so used to just like, like, eh, like, and also too, like, I don't, I'm I've been an atheist. I mean, since I was like probably like 15. I probably didn't know what I like, what to call it, like, for those first 5 years. But um, my want, my passion to have that theological debate has dwindled. You know what I mean? I don't. It's like it's just something that, like, people are gonna believe because they want to believe, and there's nothing I can do to change that. And like, it's just one of those things that I've just learned to, live and let live. And so
Uh,
I
the
don't know, man.
problem too with most people like him and Todd who love to thump the Bible so much is they're fucking hypocrites. I can't stand a hypocrite. I might be an atheist, but I've said it before. I respect people who try to be good Christians and try to act the way they think a Christian should be. But I can't stand a fucking hypocrite. I can't stand people who try to use religion for their own purposes. And
Yeah,
that's what people like him and Todd do.
yeah, and I agree. I would agree on that part. Um, I guess it's just I'm so used to just, like, now just being so, I like I don't like it. It doesn't make a. I guess it's a nothing burger to me now, because I'm so used to making it that I guess I forget, like, how passionate people can be about those words and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, you're right. I agree. I agree with all those takes, man. That's I don't think I could oppose any of that. That's you're you're correct in all those assessments.
But Jerry, it goes without saying that I'm correct. I'm always fucking right.
Oh shit.
Are you new here or what?
Well, I mean, the smart person only talks about things that he knows. I wish people would just leave religion now. I mean, if you believe, you believe, and my respects. Like, if you really do, and you hold yourself to those standards. But just fucking just. I'm not gonna tell people, why I don't believe in this and that. Like, I don't like I'm no longer militant in my atheism. So, like, I don't know. I wish people wouldn't be militant with their religion. Just
Yeah.
that's your personal shit.
Hey, I would never try to convert somebody. But I know one thing I've learned in 140 years of life. When somebody comes up to you and says, I am a good Christian, I believe in honesty, uh, I keep my hand on my wallet.
I get that. Yeah, man. I don't know. That's funny. Yeah. I I like I rather just fuck it. I don't care about religion. That's one of those. There's a reason why that's a taboo topic, right? Whatever. Whatever.
Hey, I've had some great conversations about religion with preachers. You know, if you meet somebody who is secure in their beliefs, you can have a great conversation with them. They're
Yeah.
willing to talk. It's the people who are insecure that they can't stand to have you say anything that challenges what they believe.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Jerry, why do you keep saying that? Of course I'm right.
Well, I have to say something. I don't know, man. I've adopted the no dead air.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's,
that's go ahead.
I was just saying hello to the bears.
Oh shit.
Yep, Jerry.
I like that. I like that. If you are speaking to one of those Christians, you keep your hands in this. Yeah, I think so. Oh shit, man. Oh no, I mean, the man, and I have had good conversations with some with like some I want to say Christians. I don't know exactly their I forget what church exactly they were from, but I'll never forget my very first like when I was questioning things because I really was trying to do good for my mom when I was a kid because I really wanted to like show her that I was like I was capable. So like when it came to the religion, I really hunkered down and was trying to like learn and become a good Jehovah's Witness. And so I took a lot of their studies and stuff like that, and I I I I actually tried to like to take the information in and not question it and do the things that they asked me to do. But there was just like there were just things to me that just for whatever reason just weren't adding up. And I remember having that first like back and forth with one of the seniors at at one of the study groups, and he he literally told me because God said so. He said God said so, and you need to shut up now. And I was like, what? Why, dude? Like I'm just like trying to figure this stuff out. Like I thought we were like supposed to be like curious and asking questions or whatever. He's like, you asked too many, and and yeah, and that was the beginning of my excommunication.
I just remember a guy I graduated with, and he became a preacher. And I saw him a few years later. I was sitting on my front porch, and he was walking by. And we got to talking. We got to talking about religion. And I forget exactly what I said to him, but I said, like, how can you believe, that God would do this or whatever it was? And he goes, well, that's the Greek mystery. We can't know what's in God's mind or something. And I thought, in other words, you don't have a fucking answer either. So
Yeah. and and really I mean what kind of sealed my excommunication from the Jehovah's Witnesses is that I was supposed to we were like basically having like a creative writing assignment or whatever. We're supposed to like um make like our own thoughts on like the first few stories of the Bible, right? Like the opening ones, like you could take the Adam and Eve story, or you can do the Cain and Abel story or whatever, and
Yeah.
like find the morality in it, and the like God's position or whatever. Basically, they had us like like writing a paper on it or whatever, and mine's was just I just my thought was like, I don't understand why God was mad with Adam and Eve, and and that got them all like. I to this day I have fun with that, because I couldn't believe like how like perumpy everybody got, like I was just like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with saying that? Like, I don't understand why he would be mad at them. Like they just got the rules. It's like, how do you know? How do you know when something's hot? You wouldn't know. I mean, people could tell you don't touch that because that's hot, but until you touch it, you don't know what the hell hot is. So why would you get mad at somebody? Like you're saying that Satan deceived Eve, like somehow tricked her, but she didn't know what tricks were. She didn't know what being tricked was. Like if if I didn't tell you what a lie was, and you didn't know what it was like to be lied to, then if I lied to you, you wouldn't know it. Then
You know,
you know it just
you know, I just realized why Todd believes in God the way he does, because he's very much like his God, because his God is very insecure. Todd's like, thank me for my service, thank me for my service. The God he believes in is very insecure. All you got to do is say, well, gee, God, I don't like what you did, and he's going to turn you into a pillar of salt. The guy is he's very fucking sensitive for an all-powerful being.
right. And it just like a lot of that stuff just it in my head, and like and really it has to do a lot with like examples of things that I just saw in regular life, and maybe I don't know, maybe I was too logical or whatever, I don't know. It just never made sense to me, that kind of thought. Now later on, when I took anthropology, and I started taking like those courses, then other things started making sense, like why there's a wind god, and why like harvest and the seed growing and stuff like that is so like is much more, like it's something that's more championed in the Bible than say, like raising cattle, stuff like that. You start realizing that, like maybe it was because of the culture, the people that were around, that were like that were kind of passing along these ideas or whatever. um but like things start matching at that point, and I get it, and I understand, like why why it's easier to pass along, certain you know lessons, I guess you could say, or whatever. And that's really what I think the Bible is. I think the Bible is just, it's just, like many, like many different little lessons that were built along to keep a society together, with the story of a great, like deity that would come and save everybody. But I think everybody has that story, right? Like gives you a little hope, gives you a little, like, like something to like, get behind or whatever, if you need that. But
Well,
you know
people are always looking for a way to understand things.
yeah,
You don't know anything about astronomy, so you think that there's a chariot that drags the sun across the sky every day.
right,
It's like, or whatever. Why does the wind blow? Well, because there's a God that does that. There's a God that brings out the sun and helps your crops and whatever. It's there. It's all constantly seeking for ways to understand things that are just beyond us.
Yeah. And historically, that's I think that's what we do as humans, right? We're trying to make sense of the things that are black, that we can't see, that what's that noise, right? Yeah, man, we're just cavemen trying to get along.
I'm sure there's people that think there's some sort of a demonic spirit that's controlling you because they can't figure out what the fuck you are doing.
Did he? Didn't Moses have 2 tablets? I mean, did he? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a cool story, though. I will admit, the Moses story, that's a good story. Like, I mean, like, I like that. I actually like, out of all the the biblical stories and stuff like that. I like Moses' story. That's one of them good redemption stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when the Charleston Heston came out. That was a good Moses, man. I like that shit.
Let my people go. I always like the Brooks version better when he comes down from the mountain and he goes, I have these 10 commandments.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. No, and I don't know if there's a animated adaptation. It's not a, I don't think it's that popular because it wasn't made by Disney, but I think they did a good job with that animated one. Good scores on that one. I don't know. That Moses story, that one of those good ones, Yeah. I like that. I like that. Carry on my wayward son. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of the Bible, it's really more little teaching stories like that. The prodigal son, things like that. You know, they're not meant to be something that really happened. They're meant to say to you, look, this is the way you should be. This is how you should treat other people or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was, I mean, I just as a story, like I just like it as a story. I like that story. Just it's a cool story. I don't. Is the moral like to not enslave people? Is that what that is? When it comes to that story. I know, like you have to have it's also like, oh, you gotta have faith, like regardless of, like you think that it's not gonna happen and it's gonna happen or whatever, right? But it is the was that whole thing about like not enslaving people, because then like you got the whole indentured servitude.
or hey, don't mess with us or my God will my loving God will kill all your firstborn sons.
Oh shit. now, Muckster, that he said, hey, Mr. Ramses, it's gonna be your call on that last one. So what you gonna do? I mean, really, was it God's call? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. He let Ramses call that last one, and Ramses was the one that made that decision. So I'm gonna take God off the hook on that firstborn angel of death. Although the Metallica song, killer. This is why I like that story, man. You know the Metallica song? I'm creeping death. Oh man, that's good shit. Die. by my hand, I creep across the land, killing firstborn man. Oh, I'm sorry. Did he? He admits to it? God admits to creating evil? Holy shit.
Yeah. Wasn't he supposed to have created everything? Yeah. Damn Yul Brynner.
I like Cubs. I like the Bears. You're funny, bro. Oh shit. Now let my people go. Let them go, Sharon. I do. It's just an awesome song. That story just created so many awesome things. Wow. Wow. So he did, huh? Well, I guess I think that's only practical, I mean, how are you gonna create good without having evil, right? It's just you just gotta. Um, I mean, if we're gonna, you know, it's like, how do you know? Again, I go back to like how do you know what's a good feeling to what a bad feeling is, right? You have to know what a bad feeling is to know what a good feeling is. So it's kind of hard to like create something that's good without having the evil part, because if you don't have the evil part, then how do you know what's good? It's yeah, it's kind of like he kind of put himself in a corner there.
So you're saying that if there was no evil, we'd all be living in paradise, and that'd be a bad thing.
Well, we wouldn't know that it was a bad thing. How would you know?
Exactly. We'd all just be happy in paradise. So
But
once again,
you wouldn't know that you were happy.
that's just God. That's just God fucking with people. Is he fucking with us if he doesn't give us evil, or is he fucking with us if he gives us evil? Because like, if he doesn't give us evil and we're just like happy, but we don't know that we're happy, because how would you know that you're happy if there's nothing that makes you sad? You know what I mean? Like, if we're always happy, would we know that? Would that be something? Because you got to have a baseline, right? There's got to be, like in every experiment, there has to be a control, right? So there has to be a moment where you're not happy and not sad. But how would you know? How would you know unless there's something to like kind of weigh those things? And Why would you have to know? Hey, why did God put that apple tree in Eden? He was just setting Eve up to fail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank you. That is exactly what I told my seniors when I was thinking about that story, and I started writing my paper. I told them, well, I mean, you kind of threw it all on Eve there. I mean, if the tree wasn't there to begin with, I mean, hey, we might have, none of this shit would have gone down like that. I mean, in the Garden of Eden, baby. I don't know why I thought about that song right now. but yeah, man. I mean, that was yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
The drum solo.
Yeah, man, they don't those songs. You don't get those kind of songs no more, man. Those long, like solo instrument songs. Oh man, it's good stuff. I like that. You know, there are some good things that came out of the Bible. Some of that music, so like man, in the garden of Eden, that's good shit.
In the God of the Vida, baby. You belong to me. Da-na-na-na-na. Well, there was something else. There was another one I was trying to think of, and I totally lost it.
Damn it.
Another Bible reference.
But yes, that Old Testament got some good stories in it. I don't know about all them letters. I don't know why like they wanted to include all them letters. I mean, couldn't they just pick one canonical story for Mr. Cristo? I mean, do we have to have all those versions in the same book?
Well, there's a lot of stuff they actually left out.
Yeah, I know that.
It's when they had that big conference of Nicaea. They said, we'll put this in, we'll leave this out, we'll put this in.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they want to keep that book of Judas. Yeah. Oh, well.
All right, folks, open your hymnal to page 13.
I'm sure there is. And there's just some things I don't understand. Like, like the Old Testament was good. Old Testament was good. I mean, you want to throw in Revelations, maybe, like to scare up some people, but why not? I mean, why all the confusion with the Christo story? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, hey, yeah, the new covenant, all that stuff, cool. I got you. Like, you go with your, like your little, little rituals or whatever. That's fine, but pick one story. Pick one canonical story. Like, I don't get it. Why allow all the confusion? I don't get that part. It's like you could have edited that book any way you wanted to, but you decided to confuse it all. I don't get that.
Yes, everybody had to have their crack at
it. Yeah, that was actually it was a Catholic I forgot what a deacon, whatever the hell he was. He held the I took the class as part of whatever. I just wanted to learn a little bit more about the Bible. So they were talking about the different letters, like that came, like from Paul and John or whatever. Matthew had the first part, like, and but none of these guys were like even close to even meeting, Mr. Cristo, like, like none of them were alive when Cristo was alive. So like they never got firsthand accounts. Like all these dudes that wrote these letters that made up that ended up making up the story of, Mr. Jesus Cristo, like were all people that didn't even interact with them. It's like, why?
Well, yeah, well, Paul and John were good, but I always preferred the Book of Ringo myself.
Oh shit.
No, I know the song. I know the song that was tickling at my brain. Another Bible reference. Turn, turn, turn. A time to reap, a time to sow. However goes a time. Anyway,
Mm. Man.
there is a season. Turn, turn, turn. A time for every. Yep.
Yep. I don't know, man. It's been a while since I thought about those things. Like I said, at one point I was very militant with my atheism, so like a lot of this stuff was like burned into my skull, like it's like so I could just like recite facts and stuff like that. I no longer hold that kind of anger. And a duck. That's a good shit. That's some good shit, man. Mm. Yep, 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 yep. Give up them ribs, girl. By the way, I mean that was another inconsistency to me. It's like God, hey, God. I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk or nothing. Like you created everything, right? Um, why the rib? I mean, you can make a man. You can make a man. Like out of why the rib?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
And why then do men have Adam's apples when women were Eve was the one who ate the apple?
because like always, we're always trying to like take the fall for our girls and stuff like that. So like, I'm pretty sure Adam fucking like was like, give me that fucking apple, I'll just swallow it. I don't know, man. I wonder if Eve got Adam to send dick pics. He hasn't. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Noah was a jerk.
This is the whole reason why I brought it up. I thought maybe like he could give me some first-hand accounts here. Well, Moses, he was a dick.
Noah was like, build your own boat, Muckster.
And what you tell Noah? No, don't be bullshitting people. You ain't got two of every kind in there. You're just taking mother sheep in there, motherfucker. Imagine with the knowledge of like of knowing like how many like animals and like species and all that stuff were around the world when people were writing that story and shit. If they would have fucking thought like, oh, two of every animal. Oh shit. Oh man, I mean, dude, like it's funny because I haven't revisited these thoughts like in a minute, like long minute. But like I was so young when these things used to come up. Man, those were such fun times. What the hell, man?
But just think, if it wasn't for Noah, there'd be no gay people.
Whoa, what a claim, Muckster. What are you saying, sir? What exactly are you saying?
It wasn't until after Noah that we had rainbows.
For real? Oh boy, yeah, that geez. Oof. I mean, just on the giraffes and like elephants and anything. I mean, anything that was kind of like bovine or like like what is it? Equisant,
Yeah, equine or horses.
equine. Yeah, just those animals. Oh my god! I mean,
Oh,
if you've ever volunteered
bovine
at a
or
zoo,
sheep.
I I, I volunteered long time ago, long time ago at the LA Zoo um and really I just did it because there was this beautiful, gorgeous looking god, man, that was so not
They're
worth the
really
effort. But
gorgeous.
anyways,
Wait a minute. You said you went there because there's this really gorgeous man. Is that what you just said?
it was a gorgeous man.
Okay. Now we know. Embrace the rainbow. Yeah.
Hey man, if we're talking about that, anyways, yeah, no, I went to go volunteer, and they were moving these like they were moving some zebras and like giraffes like from one place to another.
Yeah.
They were just plopping everywhere, just like plop, 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 just dropping these like. I was like, I mean, do these things do they just walk and shit? Is that all they do? Like, I thought they were broken. This is like nonstop. Just like blah 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 blah. Oh man.
Well, I remember what I learned by going to the San Diego Zoo. Giraffes are afraid of heights.
What?
Yep.
What?
There was no fence around the giraffe enclosures. They just had like it was like they were built up so
You
that
mean
the
like
giraffes would have to step down, and there was like a 6 foot drop, and giraffes were afraid to step down because their head's so high up in the air. It looked to them like having to go down a cliff. Giraffes are
you know what?
afraid of
Yeah, you're
heights.
right. Because their head's like so high up there. It looks like I don't know. I
Yeah,
can see that. I can see that. You're talking about that moat, right? The moat.
yeah, it was kind of like a moat. Yeah,
That's what I call those things, the little like gaps though in the habitats. When they had that like that drop, it's call it the moat. That I really wanted to work with like those um the what do they call the orcas, the like the SeaWorld stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but I got like I got turned off by like the all the attacks that were happening because around the time that I was like trying to figure out that stuff where I could like get into little volunteer situations to see if I wanted to do it. There was those videos coming out with those trainers that were getting attacked,
Yeah.
or like that one girl that got attacked by Shamu. Oh man, that was scary, man.
Mhm.
Shamu bit a girl.
Yeah. They don't call them killer whales for nothing.
Oh, I just thought that was like a, you know, like they look killer, but like, they don't actually kill. But I guess they can. They have those
Well,
teeth for a reason.
it's more they'll go after sharks. They
Oh
wouldn't
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
wouldn't generally they wouldn't generally attack people, but you put any animal in a cage like that, they're going to eventually say, you know what? I'm 10 times bigger than you. Why the fuck am I listening to your dumbass?
And you know what? As someone who speaks for the more bigger people in life, I do understand that sentiment sometimes. Like what the hell am I being so nice for? Use my using my mass here.
Well, you think it is weird. Now think about like slavery.
What?
You'd have a plantation with 100 slaves on it and 10 white people. Why didn't the slaves ever go, what the fuck are we doing?
Mm. I mean, I think that it's I think we're not giving enough credit to the slavers in their in the way they like they brought people over and stuff like that. I don't think
Yeah,
I don't think it was something where like they allowed those kind of thoughts. I mean, historically, I know that they wouldn't allow most of their slaves to like learn how to read or write and stuff like that. So
yeah.
like, of course that's gonna make it hard for you to like to have communication and stuff like that. Like to kind of build a resistance or whatever. And then other
Well,
things like what?
it's kind of like grooming,
Right. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same thing. It just they kind of get that mindset into somebody that this is the way their life is supposed to be.
Yeah. And I think that's why there was um like hierarchies, right? I mean that's something that as humans because we're so pattern based, like hierarchies, we kind of tend to fall into them. So like having that the house slave, the one that has
Yeah,
and so that was another thing that would kind of make historically the like those situations a little bit easier on the slaver and stuff like that. But I think we probably won't you won't hear about it because obviously like history is written by the people who are in power, right? And
yeah.
who I mean I think maybe there were like maybe some times when the slaves did you know did
Oh
like
yeah,
decide.
there were slave revolts. Yeah,
I'm sure there were, and I'm sure like history, like as far as like documentation and stuff like that won't be favorable to those revolts. But I think that just looking at you know certain migrations, I'm sure those people like didn't just wind up in certain areas because like poof they got there. It was because they kind of earned their way up there. Uh, so yeah, I think that probably there were some revolts. There was probably some that, like I said, just history as far as like documentation won't be there, but there those things are. I don't see why it wouldn't happen. I mean, the Wild Wild West was a thing. Uh, I wonder how long it probably wasn't until maybe like the automobile that that kind of I guess I want to say what would you say you know damn it, can I think of it like justice, because like we see our justice system how it is, right? And we've had it since like since the time like of Lincoln and all that stuff, but you know in the areas where things were still kind of like not settled, I mean, how are we enforcing those laws? Now, I'm not saying there wasn't like civility and those kinds of like gentlemen's laws or whatever, but
Mm.
you know who's to say, right? Who's to say, like out there where there was nobody who was gonna stop you from being going wild on people, you know what I'm saying? Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that for the Revolutionary War. I figured that was kind of like you're either gonna be a British slave or an American slave. But there wasn't like a freedom deal. Uh that's something new. I didn't know that. Uh that's crazy, but yeah. I don't know,
That was
to me it's just crazy how like eventually like we decided to like to follow that social contract and allow ourselves to get where we're at now, because it's like, yeah, man, I think that's kind of cool. I think that's a cool thing about the way things turned out. uh I just wonder how wild it would have been living in those days, man. I mean,
yeah.
I'm happy that I was fucking born in the fucking turn of the civilization, but like, how wild must it have been,
Well, people wouldn't smell as good.
Oh God.
Do you ever think about the old West cattle drives?
Oh man.
Those guys would be on horses for like 3 months driving the cattle. The only
Mm.
kind of
Mm-mm-mm.
path they get is when they're riding through a river or something. You can bet when those guys hit town, they were not very. They were a bit pungent, I think.
Probably, yeah, yeah. Uh, well, I mean, the good thing about everybody stinking at that time is that when everybody's stinking, you don't know
Yeah,
if you're stinking. I mean, you ever been in a locker room with a bunch of fucking teenagers after a football game?
yeah.
Oh man. But nah, man, yeah, it probably got really bad. I mean, well, this is not. I mean, I don't know if this is comparable to that. Uh, one of my first security jobs when I when I started working my security guard card was I got a job at the LA Mission, and I worked at the clinic. I was they had to have a private security guard because the clinic for the LA Mission was kind of like a free clinic, and it was separated from the mission, so I had to like kind of like, it was separated from their people. uh and one of the things that was probably one of the hardest things that was hard to do was sometimes when people came in, they had to do what was called the it was a shower, but I forgot what they called it, because
Mhm.
it wasn't it's not a shower for like a regular person. It's a shower for somebody who hasn't like changed their clothes in like months, sometimes even
Yeah,
years, and so they take them to this place inside the clinic where it was like looked like a bath, right? And everything looked like a bath. There was a shower head and bunch of like little power jets or whatever, and the nurses would cut the guys or girls clothes like like off or whatever. And that smell, that, oh God, those it was one of my first like yeah, first of all, I had never smelled something like so like fucking like rot. You know what I mean? Like that kind of smell was just like, oh, it was like very, very, very strong for me, especially with my young nose. And then it was the first time I ever like, like somebody had to tell me like that's not cool, man. Like, like you can't just fucking like start fucking like, like acting like this is the worst thing you've ever smelled, like because I didn't know how to react to that, like I didn't. And I'll never forget this doctor took me, like brought, like took me out of the situation because I was like doing all these fucking like noises, right? And he goes, hey, uh, are you a professional? And I was all like, excuse me, sir? He's like, yes, are you a professional? And I was all like, I'm a security guard. And he was all like, no. He was all like, act like a fucking adult. I was fucking, oh, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't know I wasn't, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I understood after, like, like at that moment, it's just that. And I had just never dealt, fuck, like, like, goddamn, it smells incredible, like it's just oof. Yeah, but yeah, like it. I don't know if that would be comparable to what people dealt with, like back in like those times or whatever. But I mean, I could imagine. I mean, if you went on those long Oregon trails or whatever, where you couldn't just decide, okay, I'm gonna take my daily shower or whatever, like I don't know what gets people to that point or whatever. I just know some of these people didn't take showers for. I think the worst one was a guy who he was on a wheelchair, and he said he hadn't got himself out of that wheelchair for a full year, like a full year. And so his when he would do his business, he would simply like move his body to the side or whatever, and just like let her rip.
Yeah.
And yeah, that probably was the worst one. Probably was the worst one.
So, imagine how good that would feel to be clean after all that time. And then imagine when you're getting let out of the hospital and you're going back out to live in that alley and get dirty all over again. You know what I mean? It'd be,
Oh man. I mean, of course, at the LA mission, anybody who was going through that process, they're supposed to be moving towards, like not going back to that, but
Yeah.
it's a process, right? Uh some people actually just went there to like get cleaned up or whatever, and then they would go back to that, and act like they didn't get themselves in that situation. uh but yeah, it's like that was the start of a process for some people. It, you know I don't know, man. I don't know if some of them I think were mostly of course like had drug addictions and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
I didn't see like a lot of the people that were like, because we also at the same time, I think, was around the time of Katrina, so we had a lot of
Mm.
like people that came from that area, like to come over here. And a lot of those people, like they went through to the program, and of course, like in a week or two, we're already headed to like a job or something, so you could tell the difference between somebody who was dealing with like with more like like addiction problems and stuff like that, than like somebody who was just really just like down on their luck. um there's just a big difference, like on their motivation, they're wanting to pick up their lives and stuff like that. Like most of those people that got that way, like where had to take that chemical shower or whatever, is, yeah, there's a lot more to that. It's a lot of like, mental stuff, and yeah. Yeah, downtown LA sucks.
Yeah, we should be doing more for people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, sucks, man. It really does. It really does. I don't know. What the hell? Hey, quick question. I know we've kind of like delved into some topics here, but where the hell is Ariel?
So where is he?
Yeah,
Well, he's probably long in bed.
yeah, man. He's all right though, right? Because I don't think how long has it been since he's been around?
He was on with me Tuesday. I think Wednesday also.
Hmm. I don't know. I feel like it's been a
Killing
been like
time was here on Tuesday.
hmm,
A lot of times Killing is just he'll be in chat.
killing. Hmm.
But Killing always goes to bed pretty early.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like I feel like killing is like he interacts like he's one of those people that I never really catch interacting too much, but I know he does, like it's just like maybe just don't match up on the times or whatever.
Mm.
Because I feel like for a lot of the people that come like to this channel since the days of Finko or whatever, um, I always felt like he was like he was. I always caught him when he was just about to step away, or he never stayed long enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hmm. Uh, man, it got real quiet, huh? Shit.
Well, speaking of which, I think I might be ready to go to bed for a change. It's
Yeah,
actually a little
man.
early for me, but I'm feeling a bit groggy.
Dude, I was I don't know why, but at SV's I started nodding off like I know why I was smoking weed, but I started nodding off, and I was all like, oh, Muckster's gonna go live. I was like, man, I'm probably gonna be going to like falling asleep, like on his panel too, but oh man, you got my you got my brain, you got the synapses snapping, you know what I mean? Uh I don't know, maybe it's because like I haven't really like got into these thoughts in a minute, yeah, man. One thing, I mean, and I don't know, like I don't know how many people are gonna come back and watch this or whatever, but one thing that was the basis for a lot of the bullshit that I was trying to avoid early on when I came onto YouTube was my breakup from my long relationship, dude. And it was like, um I think that wanting to like, to like forget, to like not think about that shit anymore, made me forget a lot of the made me forget a lot about my interests and stuff like that, because for almost 13 years it was like our interests, you know what I mean? uh
Mm.
So it's nice. It's nice to like go back and remember why, like I held certain certain values, certain like beliefs and stuff like that, or whatever. Like it feels good to do those exercises again. So yeah, man. Thanks.
Yeah, values are for the weak.
Oh man, this is good. This is good, man. I like it. All right, Muckster, man. I'll let you go, bro.
Yep, it was good. It's good to get into the some conversations that didn't have to do with those people.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
it's good exercise, man. It's healthy too. Don't always want to be on that negative shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, we still had to put up with Carrie, but that's what it is.
I like it,
Anyway.
man. I like it.
Yep. Thanks for
All right,
coming in.
bro.
Thanks for people who were here watching and chatting. And we'll
Yeah.
see y'all next time. If
Buenas
not
noches.
before, then Monday at 6 o'clock.
This is an outro, there are many like it, but this one is mine. Not louder, not brighter, just ours. A place where the lights dim a little and the voices get honest, or at least honest enough for YouTube. Thanks for being here, no really. Whether you stayed the whole ride or just wandered in by accident, looking for something else and decided this chaos was acceptable, we appreciate it. Muckster, they say he's a tyrant, he says he's not. The truth probably sits somewhere in a folding chair, watching both sides argue and laughing under its breath. Ariel, somewhere behind the curtain, turning noise into something that almost makes sense, like a magician. Like a magician who traded its for rhythm, for rhythm. Kill time, don't let the easy grin fool you. There's a mind working there, quiet, sharp, intuitive, like a pocket knife that's been around long enough to know when to stay closed and when to cut through the nonsense. And Nikki, yeah, Nikki is just Nikki. If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll find out when it's too late. You can come in and enjoy the show, or not. Sit back, say nothing, chat with friends, pretend we're background noise to whatever your night really is. Because this isn't just a show, it's a doorway that never quite closes. You never know who's gonna walk through. Maybe a strong, independent Australian with a heart that refuses to quit. Maybe an Alaskan frontier spirit who doesn't recognize the word surrender. Maybe a Canadian with a thing for spiders. We're not asking questions. Or someone from Kentucky who just really likes deer and isn't apologizing for it. It's a strange mix, it's supposed to be, but you won't find haters here. Not if we can help it, because the rule is simple, easy to remember, harder to explain. Everyone is welcome until they ain't.